Joining me outside the locker room, Gordy Rush, Jacob Hester, LSU with a 23-point win tonight. I'll start with you, Jacob. LSU had a lot of good and a lot of bad in this ball game. Started off 3 trips inside the 10, 3 field goals. What did you see?
Well, it's really the first time we've seen that all year. They've been so good scoring touchdowns, but they still got points. That's the important stat. They continue to get points in the red zone. They stay on schedule. And, look, this game was always going to be a little bit of a trap situation. I thought they handled it extremely well. Come out in the second half, they score the points, and defense, another great performance by them.
Explain the term trap game, Gordy, because we've been hearing it all week. LSU obviously handles the trap game, wins by 23, but at the end of the day, it kind of did look like a team that was playing in between 2 massive contests.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, look, as a player, you play in an emotional game like you did against Florida. You leave it all on the field. It's difficult sometimes to come out against a team that you know lost at Tennessee last week. There was not energy in the stadium. This was mild compared to 2 years ago. And then you know you have Auburn coming up the next week. So it is a trap game. And look, LSU settled down. They were patient. And then the game started rolling their way.
Jacob, today we saw Joe Burrow set a single-season touchdown passing record. He's at 29. Took him out the game kind of early in the fourth quarter. What was your takeaway of his performance?
Another great day by Joe. The only thing bad about the record is it was going to go to a fullback before the penalty was called there, Torrey Carter. But no, Joe just had another day. Stays on schedule. He's so efficient. I mean, 300 yards and 4 touchdowns is almost like that's what he rolls out of bed to now. And so pre-snap wise, he's done outstanding. He's about to get one of his big weapons back here next week in Marshall, so it's only going to go up. It's been a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah. Gordy, let's talk a little bit about the 40-point streak is over, going back to the bowl game last year.
Look, you won't come out with a win. All those stats are nice, but look, Burrow played 3 quarters. So, you're able to get Brennan in there. You're healthy going into Auburn. Let's talk about that. I counted Mississippi State's roster during pregame warmups. They had 12 players injured. LSU's pretty darn healthy for this middle of the season, this point in the season.
I didn't see anybody, I don't think. I know Deculus went out, he came back in. I don't think anybody went out, right?
Mild sprain on his knee. They rewrapped it. He played through. Nobody really seriously injured, and hopefully you get Terrence Marshall back next week.
What do you think, Jacob, about LSU's defense in this ball game? They really weren't tested. I mean, Mississippi State's not known for its offense.
I thought they did what they had to do. They changed some things up there, a little bit more aggressive than they have been in the past couple of weeks. I thought Grant Delpit showed up, and that was important. I thought Grant Delpit was closer to the ball, somewhere that he likes to be, and he flashed. He was off the edge. He made a bunch of tackles in the backfield. Getting 7 going where he's comfortable, where we all kind of like to see him close to the ball, is something that you're going to have when you play Auburn, when you play Alabama, when you play Texas A&M later on in the year. And so to get him back to where he's comfortable was good to see.
Gordy, I want to ask you about Ed Alexander because, we talked a lot about him 2 weeks ago when they got him back, but, he got a chance to play some today, but it hasn't made the impact yet that we thought he would.
Ed Ingram, yes.
I mean, Ed Ingram, sorry.
Okay, but, you had a point in the game when Deculus went out. You were able to put Ingram at left guard and move Adrian McGee out to right tackle. And so it gives you versatility, it gives you numbers, and it's going to take some time. Look, he didn't go through fall camp. He hadn't played, in a year and a half. It's going to take some time, but it's the numbers and the versatility that he brings to you.
Jacob, I got to ask you, LSU's kind of playing against perfection. They're playing against at this point, a beauty pageant. How do they look compared to the other top teams in the country, and your overall takeaway?
Look, I thought it was a good road win in the SEC. You just beat a team by 3 touchdowns in conference on the road. And so you're right. The bar is set at perfection, but LSU came out today. They did what they had to do. And the fact that we're talking about they didn't score 40 points to keep the streak going kind of tells you the level they're playing at right now.
Well, LSU gets revenge, I guess, from 2 years ago where they were kind of embarrassed here in Starkville, but they took care of business today. Jacob Hester, Gordy Rush, I'm Ronnie Rantz. Let's go back to the studio.